Hey guys, this is Hot Noob here, and today I'm going to be talking about pre and post workout routines. So, first of all, pre routines not so much important, but post routines or post workout routines are extremely important. It's not just all about moving your arms, your hands, your whatever, right? It's also about the nutrients that you're getting and whatever. So first of all, with pre-workout routines, how do you want to be? Like, how do you want to feel when you're working out, right? Do you want to be tired, feeling lazy, right? Feeling sick or whatever? No, you don't. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you eat some carbohydrates, right? Some bread or whatever. About, I don't know, an hour or so before you work out. It all depends on your metabolism. If you digest really fast, you want to do an hour, or maybe even half an hour if you're digesting that fast. And if you're digesting slowly, maybe even 2 or 3 hours before your workouts, right? You just gotta time it for yourself, right? You don't want to be bloated, but you also don't want to be hungry. So, that's pretty much it. You just want to make sure you get enough energy. If you're gonna be drinking coffee or something right before your workouts, make sure you get at least an extra cup of water a day, right? So you're 2 liters plus 1 cup, right? 2 liters and 250 milliliters, whatever, right? 2.25 liters, whatever, right? Whatever units you're using. There's also stimulants and shit. You can take roids. I really don't suggest roids. Just stay away from them. If you're looking to lose weight, what you want to do is rather than having a mass amounts of carbohydrates, you want to lean off of them and go towards the protein. So what you can do is you want to get an easy to digest protein. So here, don't know if you can see it. Wow, I'm just gonna. Come on. Wow. There we go. That's some protein there or whatever. Right? So you can eat something like tofu or something that's rather easy to digest. I'd suggest staying away from meats. So try looking at more vegetarian proteins and stuff like that. If you eat lots of spaghetti, you'll get some protein in it. But you also have to look at how much of the protein gets digested. I'm pretty sure that the protein in spaghetti isn't as nearly as efficient as like beef or something like that, right? Also with the tofu, you want to make sure that you eat it right away. It tastes really gross when it's cold. If you're sick or something, right here I've got some cold medicines or whatever. You want to stay away from that stuff when you're working out. Why? Because it's going to make you drowsy, it's going to make you dizzy, it's going to make you, lose your breath and whatever, right? It's not a good idea to take cold medicines, especially the night version or whatever, right? And, stretch, whatever. That's pretty much it for your pre-routine. After you're working out, chances are, if you're going to be working out really hard, you're going to get a cold stomach. And the reason for that is not because you're sweating or some stupid lame answer like that. It's because your blood is going away from your stomach and to your arms, your legs, or wherever, right? Wherever you've been working out. Right? So your stomach gets turned into a low priority thing and you stop digesting and stuff like that. So the problem with this is it leaves you vulnerable to like colds and flus, viruses, or whatever. And I know I sort of talk about it like hacking, right? Oh, your body's so vulnerable, let's hack into it, whatever, yeah, whatever. Anyway, the solution is to take like a hot shower or a bath, or even just go to like a, a sauna or something like that. So far it's worked pretty well for me, except for the odd occasion, right? So yeah, if you're sick, you don't want to get the cold stomach. You want to avoid pushing yourself that far. But if you're in good health, just push yourself as far as you can go and at the end of it, you don't have to worry about getting sick because you're going to take a shower or whatever. When you're doing that, you have to be careful of getting like heat stroke or whatever, right? And right, you don't want to like faint in the shower, you get dizzy or whatever. So if you live in a warmer environment, you might not have to take a shower, right? Chances are your stomach's going to stay pretty warm, right? If it's 30 degrees outside or something really hot, right? That'd be like 100 degrees Fahrenheit or whatever. Then you probably don't want to take a hot shower. It's more for Canadians and people like me who live in colder environments. Right now, the room I'm in is about 16, 17 degrees Celsius, which is, I don't know, 50 degrees, 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Something like that. I don't remember how the rule goes. But anyway, right, that's pretty cold, and my stomach's going to get pretty cold or whatever, right? So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the whole keeping your stomach warm. The next most important part is the nutrients, right? Your post-routine nutrients and eating and whatever, right? What you want to do is you want to eat complex carbs, right? And maybe a bit of simple carbs, right? So simple carbs are stuff like bread, and complex carbs are stuff like potatoes, right? Starch and whatever, right? The reason for being that is your simple carbs are just like short term, right? And your complex carbs are long term, right? So if you're feeling tired all day, chances are you're not going to be, growing as much muscle as you can because your body's too tired. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to get the complex carbs, so it'll continuously give you more energy throughout the day, rather than a simple carb, which is just like sugar rush, right? Afterwards, you're just going to drop. And of course, the next most important thing is protein, right? Again, if you're trying to lose weight, just try to keep to the more easy to digest proteins and lower up on your carbs, right? And the reason for trying to keep it easy to digest is because you want to spend as little energy as possible on digesting. Otherwise, you're going to be feeling tired all day long, and that can be a real downside of losing weight and whatnot. So, just if you're feeling tired, try and eat some protein, or maybe even have a little sandwich or a snack or whatever. I've been told, though, I haven't actually been working on losing weight yet so far, haven't needed to. I'm about to try, though. But I've been told that you can have cheat food 2 or 3 times a week. I know some guys who model or whatever, right, who have like, crazy ass abs. Those guys, they even, eat cheat food. Some of them eat cheat food once or twice a week. And when I talk about cheat food, I mean stuff like pizzas, burgers, right? Stuff that's going to give you a pot. I don't know. If you have a low metabolism, or a fast metabolism, right, and you can pretty much just eat like whatever, you're going to be eating a lot more when you work out, so you will get fat if you just like eat and eat and eat and eat and just try and keep yourself full, right? So if you have a fast metabolism, you're going to have to try to keep at the same rate that you're already eating while you're working out. Otherwise, you'll start to get a pot, and you don't want to do that, right? I know a lot of people will say you can't bulk up without getting fat first, right? I've managed to do it so far. It just takes a bit more time and a bit more, well, not really effort, but whatever, right? You just want to watch your food intake and don't try to stuff yourself, right? You can pretty much just follow the Canadian Food Guide. I know a lot of people criticize food guides and stuff, but it's my opinion that the Canadian Food Guide is pretty good. Now, a lot of people, in my opinion, they're misinterpreting it. It's more like a minimum amount, right? Because when you're working out, chances are you're going to be eating a lot more than what they have on the Canadian Food Guide. I know the American Food Guide isn't so great. but again, people sort of misinterpret that one. The American Food Guide is more ratios, and the Canadian Food Guide is more minimum amounts, right? So, for example, Canadian Food Guide, you want to try and get yourself 3 glasses of milk, right? 2 or 3 servings of protein, however many servings of carbs or whatever. I never really remember because I usually get quite a few carbs. And then, I don't know, 5 or so servings of fruit, right? It's pretty simple stuff. Just try to get everything from every food group and whatnot. So, yeah. Protein shakes, that's it. So the last one, I think it's the last one anyway, is protein shakes and supplements. I've been told, though, if you're taking supplements, make sure you get extra water. I personally don't take supplements other than vitamins and stuff like that. And I have no idea what the other ones do. And I don't need them. So, yeah. For protein shakes, what you want to do is you want to try to get at least 30 to 50 grams of protein. Any higher and, well, you can go for it. Any higher and you're pretty much just trying to bulk up, right? Now, the problem with bulking up is stretch marks, right? You're definitely, like, within a year or even half a year, a couple months, you're going to start developing stretch marks if you're bulking up. So you have to be very careful with that. If I've said before or whatever on my blog, if you're an ectomorph or, sorry, yeah, it's probably ectomorph, you know, the skinny type, you want to avoid bulking up because it's in your genetics to be skinny, so your skin won't expand or whatever as fastly, right? I got this whole debate or whatever on my blog or whatever about it, but pretty much if you're fat, it's in your genetics, right, to be fat, so your skin's going to be more tolerant to the stretching amount, right? You're still probably going to get stretch marks if you're fat or whatever, but whatever. Anyway, just try to get yourself 50 grams of protein in your protein shakes. If you're really crazy, like I said, you can go for 100 grams. But I don't know if any of you guys follow what Arnold Schwarzenegger says, but he's pretty much saying palm full of beef or whatever a day or whatever is good. That's pretty much following the Canadian Food Guide. A palm full of beef is about 2 or 3 servings of protein, right? Or meats. So you don't have to go that overboard. You will you will grow more muscle if your body has a surplus of protein, but only to some degree, right? I suggest you don't bother wasting your money going over 100 or 50, right? 50 grams of protein in your protein shake is all you need, because you're already pretty much getting 100 grams of protein a day if you're following the food guide or whatever, right? Because there are other sources of protein than just meat. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I guess the next this video we'll be doing will be on cardio, and hopefully I'm gonna start doing walking again because I finally got my iPod back, and I'm hoping that will help get rid of my cold. Anyway, this is Hot Noob, and come check out my blog at hotnoob.com.